this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is a little bag or the project I have to share with you today, as you can see. Sorry about the glare. It's this little project here, you can see on the side better. It's this little bag with this little milk bottle type top, and then it has this little tag here that you can see there. I'm trying to shine it where you can see. It's quite light, which is why you can't see the stamping so well. Okay, so let's make another one together. This one was fresh freesia. Today I'm going to do a different colour, petal pink, and I've got a piece here of cardstock, and this measures 10.5 inches by 8 inches, and I have it here in my scoring tool. On the long side here we are going to score at 2 inches, 5 inches, 7 inches and 10 inches. And then we're going to turn around, and on the short side we're going to score at 2 inches. And that's all of our scoring done. Now don't worry if you didn't catch all those measurements. They will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find the link to that in the description box below. So now we're going to fold on all of our score lines and give them a really good burnish. So let's do that. And then, okay, so now here on the right hand side we have this little 1/2 inch tab. We're going to cut some of this off, so we're going to cut initially, and with the 2 inch tab at the bottom here we're going to cut up the score line to the score line, and for this first little 1/2 inch little tabby here we're going to cut that off at an angle, just like that, see? And then at the top here we're going to cut this off at an angle as well, just a little bit, just like that. Okay, and then for the rest of these tabs we're going to cut along the score line up to the score line. Very simply like that. And for each of these tabs we're going to mite them just very gently. So we're just going to take out a tiny piece at an angle, just like that. Okay. My scissors are a bit gunked up. I'm going to do this for all 4 of these little tabs, and this just helps it to fold together if your scoring and cutting hasn't always been totally exact. So we're just going to cut, as you can see we're not cutting much away at all, just a little bit at an angle. And just going to do the same here for this last one. Okay, so let's clear away all these pieces. We're ready to put our designer series paper down. Now I've just remembered we did need to score one piece, so I'm going to bring back my scoring tool. We should have scored this before, but hey ho. On the short side we're going to score, we scored at 2 inches, and we should have scored again at 1 inch. I mean from the other side, so it's 7 inches, just like this. So you just got to score at 7 inches, just like that. Okay, so get rid of the scoring tool. We are finished with it properly now. Bring back my scissors, and this little 1 inch tab here at the top we're going to cut off at an angle, just like that. Okay, and now we will be ready to put down our designer series paper. First we're going to just fold on that score line that we've just created. I'm going to fold it both ways, and you want to really get that score line working. Okay, So we've timed it to stick down some designer's used paper. We're going to be sticking it on the bigger squares, the bigger rectangles, and this is the meandering meadow, and you can see here that's from one piece, so you've got a matching design front and back. And we're just going to stick this down. So I'm going to get my seal. Make sure you get it the right way up. And just centre it in your little panel. And all the measurements, as I said, will be on the blog post. So check that out. Okay. I'll put this one here. Just like that. Okay. And then I have two little pieces for the top here. So we're going to have one here and one here. This can be either side really. I'll go with this side for this one. Match it to the other one. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up my box. Now I'm going to use some tear and tape for this. You could also use some, what do you call it? Some Tombow. But tear and tape will work. My Tombow needs to, I need a new one and I've forgotten to bring one up. Because my craft room is downstairs and I film upstairs when there's better light and more space. So that's going to be your back. So this one's going to be my front. So I'm going to fold in my sides and I'm going to put some tear and tape on these two big flaps, I think. Just to hold everything in place. Now I'm just going to give it a burnish because tear and tape, like any double-sided tape, is pressure sensitive. So give it a burnish, it's going to stick better and you're going to get the backs off better. So let's take the backings off, and as you can see they come off really easily. So fold the sides in, fold the back in, and now we're going to fold the front in. And this is when we've mitered those sides, cut those little angles. Means if you've not cut straight, you don't have any overhang here. So there we go. And then just go from the top with your bone folder inside and give everything a really good stick down like that. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these backings. So the next thing you're going to want to do is we want to fold in our sides. So now I should have cut here, but we're just going to cut down the score line on these four corners. Done it on one. There we go. Fold in the sides, as you can see, and our tops are going to come together. So what you want to do is you want to pinch in the side of your box. Just like this. You can pull this, push this in if you want, and you're just going to fold in, so pinch in the sides of your box, just with your fingers, gently pinch and bring the tops together. Now I'm just going to hold them in place till we've finished with a little clip, and now I'm just going to massage the sides like this just to really get that fold in place nicely, like that. Now I'm going to punch some holes in the top here to tie my ribbon. I'm going to go for the smaller holes. Just like that. And then we're going to use some ribbon to tie this up. Now we can use petal pink ribbon, and I think that's what we're going to do. This is the ribbon duo, and you get Parakeet Party, and you also get some of this lovely what do you call it, petal pink ribbon. And if you're struggling like I am here to take it through, one way to do it is just to fiddle about, is to use your pokey tool just to encourage that ribbon to go through, and then you can just pull it through from the other side. So there we go. I'm just gonna try and get it to go through again. No, gonna have to encourage it again, or drop it, as the case may be. There we go. You could make a bigger hole if you want, but I didn't really want it to be too big. And then we're just going to make sure it's flattish on the back. I'm just going to try and tie a bow on the front. Obviously I'm bow challenged today, which is not unusual for me. I don't know about you, but do you struggle also to tie bows? I definitely do. It's not my forte by any stretch of the imagination. I think we're going to go with what we've got and hope for the best. Okay, get rid of our ribbon. And that's what we've got. Now we can take our clip away because our ribbon is holding it. Isn't that cute? Okay, and time to do a little bit of stamping. So let's set that aside and bring in some scrap piece of white. This is the stamp set, Circle Sayings. And we're going to be using this one that says Celebrate and Happy Birthday. And we're going to stamp in some petal pink ink, so give it a really good ink up. It's petal pink, so it's not that deeper pink colour, it's just a very light pink. Okay, there we got Celebrate, and then we're going to put in the centre this Happy Birthday. So just going to centre this. There we go, Happy Birthday. Close up our ink pads. Put this aside. I'm going to bring in some punches. This is the 2 3/8 punch. This is still current. I'm going to use this to cut out my circle. I need to cut a little bit away from the base here so I can get in. And we're just going to cut out a circle. Now you can use one of our circle dies. There are deckled circle dies would be perfect for this. For speed, I'm going to use a retired punch, and this is the 2.5 inch punch. I love my circle punches. I'll never get rid of them. I really wish Stampin' Up would bring them back because they are just amazing. So much easier than using dies, I find. And we're just going to map one on the other. So let's just stick this down. Actually, before we stick it down, I'm just going to leave that there for a second. I'm going to bring back in my punch, and at the top here, just near the top, I'm going to punch a circle out, and I'm going to put through some twine. We don't need too much of it, that should be enough. And this is the Pouty Parakeet twine. Now I can put down my circle, and it should cover this hole. Try getting it as straight, as centered as possible. Okay, and now we're just going to tie this into our ribbon. Of course, I'm all thumbs today. I don't know if you ever have days like this where nothing seems to want to go right. Even the simplest of tasks can seem to be a problem. But we've got that. Perseverance pays off, as they say, and I'm just going to tie in a double knot quickly. So we have our tag there. There we go. And then last but not least, I'm going to get some of these tinsel gems, 3-pack, and just clearing a bit of space. And we've got some colours to choose from. I think I'm going to choose the blue this time. And I'm going to just just bring a slight pop of colour, something different, deeper colour to this very light tag. Okay, so there are our 2 bags. I hope you liked them. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.